Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. If this is your first time visiting me, I would like to thank you. While you're here, please like, subscribe, and share this channel. By taking this action, you will be helping the channel to grow. Also, take a moment to read my About page so that you can have some understanding about who I am. I will never copy another person's work, nor will I ever copy another person's title. That is because I am authentically me. This work is a part of my bloodline. I thank you for viewing, and I hope that you will return. Please check out my other videos. All are welcome to share his or her story in the comment section below, because your story may be a helpmate to someone else. My channel is a no judgment zone, place for healing in some sort of way. If my video does resonate with you, please do not try. If it does resonate with you, please do not try to say that it does not. And if it does resonate with you, take from it what will help you on your journey towards your happiness in every area of your life. If it doesn't resonate with you, listen to it anyway, because guess what? Maybe a week from now, a month from now, thank you, Relly, how are you? It will resonate with you. Tarot, the understanding of it is that it has no time. There is no such thing as time. Here in this realm where we live, we put time on things to help the day go by, the night go by, to count the months, the days, the weeks, to be able to differentiate between summer and winter, spring and fall. But there is no such thing as time. When you view a video, and let's just say you see one and it was a year ago, that video could be made for you. It could be for you, because there's no such thing as time. Understand that everything is an energy shift. It's an energy shift. We're going to dive into Aquarius. Aquarius is close to my heart, let me tell you. My mom, she's an Aquarius. She's crossed over. I have a grandson that's an Aquarius, an air sign. So I've completed the water signs, the earth signs, and now we're jumping into, you ready for this? The air signs. And then I will be working on the fire. I say fire for last because they're always first. Aquarius, yes. Let me tell you, Aquarius people are different. And you better understand an Aquarius. Let me tell you, they are the thinkers. They are. And they are the spokesperson. Meaning they can stand up in a debate and they will win a debate. It may not make sense to you. It may not even make sense to the Aquarius, but Aquarius is going to make sure that it does make sense to you somehow. And then when they walk away, they're going to be like, damn, I made that shit work. They are the spokesperson. And they are the loudest with being the quietest, let me tell you. Because when they do speak, it's with passion. Excuse me, you know that I'm getting over this bronchitis, and it's going away slowly. The way I feel is going away slowly, but the body says it's moving on. But so if you hear me barking, that's what it is. And I dislike barking on camera, I really do. But we're going to get into this Aquarius reading. We're going to go with the wheel of the year. Just like I have done for everyone else, we're going to be nosy. We're going to dive in to see what Aquarius has going on. And at first, I really was going to take a back seat tonight and not do a reading. But when I sat at my desk and my husband was sitting in front of me, my daughter sent a text and she said, "What sign are you doing?" And I was like, "What sign should I be doing?" Then all of a sudden, my ears, I can't even describe it to you, but I was being told Aquarius. And so that's why I'm here right now doing an Aquarius reading. So let's get to it. Last night's reading, it tired me out. I had to hold my energy back a lot, especially when I was reading for people, because a lot of things that you see, a person may not want it said. And I tried my best not to say things. I tried to keep it cute, you know? I really did, but it was so hard to hold back those energies. And so for some, I had to allow it to come out in the way that I saw it. The next time, if I ever do a live like that, it will not be a live combined with a reading. It would just be me strictly giving, people readings without a sign reading attached to it, because let me tell you, I was tired after that. But I felt like we had a good time. I had a good time. I did, because I'm nosy like that, let me tell you. And I wanted to let everyone know a lot of things when I make for someone, because I sell different things when it comes to root work. And which many of you have purchased a lot of my products. I make the products when you have a need for something, and then I hand make it right then and there for you. And it's come to my attention that things that I have made for people or person in particular, that you have resold things that I've made. Root work, you resold it. And I have to let you know that when I make something, it's specifically for you, and it's not going to work for anyone that you try to give it to, that you try to sell it to. It's not going to work for them the same way that it worked for you, because it was made for you. So I had to put that out there and let it be known that I see you. This is my life. This is what I do for a living. And I have to be clear, when you have a reading with me, you know that, you see that based upon your reading. And when I sold it to you, you used it and everything was good in your world. And then you tried to take my kindness as a weakness to try to resell. I see. And if I can see you doing that, understand, and I'm not going to say your name, I'm just letting you know that I would never sell to you again. I would never help you in that manner. We're done. I have to cut you off, because I don't play about my business. This is generational. And it's bad when a person tries to do that. And then you sold someone false hope, because although it worked for you, when they come back to you and say, "I'm not experiencing the same thing," that's because my hands wasn't on it. That's because I didn't speak to it. That's because I didn't give whatever it is that I made for you a direction. Anything that I made is made for that person. So understand, to whereas you thought that you were being slick, I'm slicker, because I see. I see. And I saw beforehand, but I'm like, oh, let me give you the benefit of the doubt. And look what happened. Look what happened. So I have to let you know that I'm cutting you off, right? It sounds like a drug deal, doesn't it? Because you're going to be fiending when you start having disturbances again, and you won't be able to come to me, you know? So let's get to this Aquarius reading. Listen, I just got to be real here. I hope everyone is doing well. I sincerely do. I hope everyone is doing well. I sincerely do. And we're going to jump into this Aquarius reading. Listen, once again, I have a fond fascination when it comes to the Aquarius sign. I have a mother that's an Aquarius, a grandson that's an Aquarius, and all Aquarius people are not the same. Let me tell you, y'all may be similar, but you're not the same. Aquarius is the water bearer. And as I've said many times in my readings, that with Aquarius being a water bearer, many people confuse that with them being a water sign, and that's not so. This water bearer is electricity. When I speak to you about them being electricity, understand the science. Do you know, have you ever heard of or watched a movie to whereas a person is taking a bath, right, in water, and then somebody throws in a radio and electrocutes them? So imagine Aquarius having the energy of water and then also them being electric. The reason why I am explaining this like that is because they are dangerous. You may take an Aquarius kindness as a weakness, but if they have energy of water and if they have the energy of electricity, what do you think you're going to get when you cross them, try to hurt them? Their cutoff game is strong and their vengeance is even stronger. Let me just be honest with you. You know, let's speak about this air element. Their ruling planet is Saturn. And when it comes to love, the planet that represents them is Mars. Let me just say that their career planet is Mars. Their love planet is Mars, but it's also represented by the sun. When it comes to money, it's Jupiter. You know, when it comes to their health and their work environment, it's the moon. When it comes to home and family, it's Venus. And when it comes to their spirituality or their religious beliefs, and that's all put together with their mental health, Saturn is who they call upon, and that's where that energy comes from. Their totem is the spokesperson, as I just said to you. When an Aquarius speaks, you should listen. You should listen because of how smart they are, because of how intelligent they are. Aquarius people are borderline geniuses, if not a genius, and that's a true story. And they can talk their way through any situation, good or bad, and they're always going to be the victor when it comes to them speaking. They could run circles around any sign when it comes to them speaking. So be cautious with one. Their colors that they love are electric blue, gray, and that ultramarine blue. A lot of Aquarius are connected to blue, like a water sign. So understand that, once again, they have the water energy of Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. And they also have their own energy of air. And don't forget who's down with them. Their cousins are Gemini, and you know I don't need to mention the other. So let me just give you that example of how strong an Aquarius is. You know, they have this energy that promotes earning power. And when they want to earn money, they use the color aqua. There's going to be aqua in their pocketbooks, their wallet, or they may even wear the color aqua even without them knowing. That's why they have it on today. And their metal is lead. Let me just tell you that. Their metal is lead. I'm trying to pick out a deck for you guys I want to use something different because of all the other signs that I've been using, but I think I'm going to go with my Divine Oracle deck. But let me just say this to you. A lot of Aquariuses, they love flowers, but a lot of them like azaleas or gardenias, but their quality is fixed. That means stability. They are stable-minded people. A lot of people like to say that Aquarius lives in their head. They live in la-la land. They're always daydreaming. But that's because they are forward thinkers. That's how skilled they are. So if you have one on your team, you better hold on to them. You know, the qualities that are most needed for balance for an Aquarius is warmth. They have this strong feeling of another person's energy. You don't even have to say to an Aquarius that I'm having a bad day. They automatically know that's because of them being attached to water. You know how they say that Cancers, Pisces, and Scorpios, they fuel their energy comes from the emotion. Same thing with an Aquarius as well. And their strongest virtues are they have this great intellectual power. They are smart. Some are borderline geniuses. Others are genius. And they have this ability to communicate and to form and understand abstract concepts. They are forward thinkers. When it comes to love for them, let me just say this to you. And if you are an Aquarius, don't shoot the messenger because you know I'm telling the truth. Aquarius people, if they are single, they want to be in a relationship. They daydream about having a perfect partner. However, when they get into that relationship, and because they called it in with their energy, they are quick to let go. Meaning that if you're not bringing anything to the table of substance, it doesn't even matter how much money the person may make. But when it comes to love and romance, and if you're not putting it down, oh, you're going with the quickness. If they're going to work and they come home and you don't have dinner done, ooh, I'll see you later. They want the love. They want the romance. However, they want that relationship. But the smallest things, you're gone. If you're a cross watcher, you're out the door because whatever you bring to the table, Aquarius can bring that to the table for themselves. So don't just cook for them, vacuum, sweep, and mop. I'm just giving you a heads up. Let me tell you. And to know, their deepest needs are to know and to bring in the new. They are so intelligent that if you bring them flowers, it's like whatever. And you may think that, my goodness, I just brought them flowers. But to an Aquarius, they could have brought their own flowers and bring them a flower that they never saw before. Don't just go to the grocery store. Go to the florist and order something from out the country because they like new. Let me tell you, they like new. So the characteristics to avoid: coldness. When an Aquarius is cold, watch out because they're about to say bye-bye because they're rebellious. Let me tell you, listen, they're rebellious. They are compatible with their other air signs like Geminis and Libras. And when it comes to incompatibility, that would be Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio as far as a relationship. But when it comes to their jobs, their career, Scorpio is a great helpmate to Aquarius. When it comes to emotional support, Taurus would be that. When it comes to the relationship, Taurus is not that. They're ready to kick Taurus and Scorpio to the curb. When it comes to financial prosperity, they're going to partner up with the Pisces. When it comes to marriage and partnership, it's Leo. Because once again, here we go with Aquarius being represented by water, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Then they are also electric. So when people look at the Aquarius, they may think that nice and gentle. But the Leo, it takes a strong person to be with a Leo who wants and needs to be center of attention. Let me tell you about an Aquarius. They can stand right next to you because people are attracted to the male or female. They can stand right there. They're the strongest to stand and date and marry a Leo. And let me tell you, when it comes to creative projects, is Gemini. The best signs to have fun with is Gemini. You know what I mean? And when it comes to spiritual matters, they're better off speaking to a Libra or a Capricorn when it comes to spiritual matters. And Aquarius, they love Saturdays because they work hard. And on Saturdays, most Aquarius start their day off with Saturday is making sure the house is clean. And then they're off to handle their business, whether they have to grocery shop, clothes shop, whatever the case may be. But let me tell you, Saturdays is their favorite day because they're like, okay, Friday, here's the weekend. Whether they go out or not, Saturday is their day of unwinding. Let me tell you, of unwinding. But I want to break out this deck. Look, it's a little dusty. I haven't used it in a while. This is the Divine Energy Oracle. Excuse me. Let me tell you. This is the Divine Energy Oracle. But let me just clear this space. And then let me just... Whew, that was a shot in the face, let me tell you. Yes. No, why would you think that you fucked up last night? How did you fuck up? In what way? Yes, I'm reading today, Layla. I'm reading today. And Relly, you said right. I may not catch all of your messages because when I'm focusing my energy, it's on these cards, and I want to give you the best reading that I possibly can. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for the sign of Aquarius. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. Yeah, I know I gotta ring this bell. All right now. Let's get to it. This is for Aquarius. I hope everyone is doing well. This reading is for the sign of Aquarius. Ooh. Aquarius. So we're going to start off with, this is December where we are right now. This is January, February, March, April. This is May, June. This is July. This is August. Spirit guides, what else does Aquarius need to know? What else does it? Ooh, this is a lot. They won't make it around the board. September, October, November, and then here we are in December. The rest has to go back in. Now, we're going to clarify this here and now. We're going to clarify this here and now. Because last night we was here for a long time, let me tell you. But we're going to get this out the way right here, right now. Even before we get started, we're going to clarify. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for the sign of Aquarius. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. Spirit guides, what does Aquarius need to know? December, right here, right now. Spirit guides. This is January, February, March, April, May. Spirit guides. June, July, August, September, October. Two more cards. Two more cards. We're going to take them. November, back to December. All right, Aquarius, let's get started. We're starting off right here, right now, with the month of December. December, we are starting off with focus on your success. Focus on success at this present time. You know, you have to be in it to win it. You have to, if you think it, you can bring it to you. Spirit wants you to focus on your success, being successful. This is the Six of Cups. If you are single, you may be reconciling with someone. If you are in a relationship and you just had an argument with your person, you two will be able to work it out. However, you may be reconciling with an old friend, a family member, someone who you haven't spoken to in a minute. But the Six of Cups is someone who is kind. Aquarius people can be very kind, but just don't cross them. I warned you in the best way that I could. Understand they are the water bearer. So they have that water energy in there, and they are all electricity. So imagine water and electric mixing together. That's what you have. And that's the best way to describe them. You know, but there's a past person that's coming in. And this person has been yearning to speak to you. All they do is think about you, but they really want to speak to you to share with you how they change, what's going on in their life at this present time. We have January. Remember the month of January. January, imagine the solution. Now, here we are in December. So this person is thinking about coming back right now. So in January, they want you to figure out a solution. How can we make this work? How can we start this up again? Whether it be with a lover, an ex-lover, a family member, whomever this person is. But there's a solution. that this situation can be worked out. This is the number 18. This is the moon card that represents the solution. So while you're trying to figure out the solution, the best way to make this situation happen, your subconscious mind is saying, it's going to happen. We can fix this, because your intuition is very deep. A lot of Aquarius people, they dive into different religions trying to know a little about this, a little bit about that, and a little bit about this. However, when it all boils down to it, you're spiritual because you follow your gut, you follow your intuition, and that's something that a lot of people cannot do. You feel like there's some deception around you, but there's an Aquarius who has been having dreams, a lot of dreams, about a particular person or a particular situation. There's an Aquarius here that may feel a little anxious, that has anxiety, because you too may want to connect with this person. But then with the anxiety that's based around fear. So you too may be yearning to speak with this person to fix something. You may think that you caused the situation, Aquarius, and you have been confused. But Spirit is telling you to proceed with caution. With this person, proceed with caution. We have February. Do all things in moderation. In February, one thing for sure. Proceed with caution. Spirit is telling you to do things in moderation, little by little, step by step. We have the Page of Pentacles that this card is being represented by. You're going to receive some good news. Let me just tell you that. In February, there's going to be some good news coming in, Aquarius. And this is going to be your solid beginning between you and a person that you haven't seen in a while. You're going to receive a message about money. There's some money coming into the situation, but you're learning. Right now, you're manifesting success. That success could be seeing someone again, speaking to someone again, daydreaming about this specific person. You could be daydreaming about money, but and someone here may be thinking about a new job, a new career, but you're being diligent. The more you think about this person that you haven't spoken to in a while, you're calling them in. The problem is that you think that it was your fault and it was not. So we have December, January, February, March. In March, engage higher reason. Engage higher reason. Simply means to think outside the box, which you do already, but Spirit is telling you to engage on a higher level. That means to remove the fear, the anxiety, because whomever this is that you're thinking about, they are coming back. You're going to receive good news, great news. This is going to be a new beginning for you, Aquarius, in December, January, and February. February, good news. Your life is changing. Now, March, that engage higher reason, and that's because you're conflicted. There's some disagreements here. You feel defeated. You feel betrayed by someone. There may be someone who's competing for you, Aquarius. Some competition. Remember, you're the one in the middle. So there could be someone, more than one person competing for you. But there's going to be victory because there has been some defeat here. There's going to be victory, but you feel like there's no win in the situation because the two people that are going to be fighting over you, you love both of them, but you know where you want to be and who you want to be with. December, January, February, March. Now here we go in April. Build on a solid ground. So there's going to be some changes. This time, you're starting over with a particular person within a particular situation, and is being represented with the Tower card. With the Tower card, understand that something has to come to an end in order for something beautiful to begin. So there's going to be that conflict as we saw with the Five of Swords. But you're going to have that sudden change. Yes, there's still going to be bickering, some chaos, but you are awakening and you're going to be saying, this is where I want to be. There's going to be some surprises. And if you're currently in a situation, there's going to be a breakup from that situation because you're moving forward in the new direction, but you're building on a solid ground. For someone here, that may not be easy to hear, but for others, you may want to build on solid ground, starting over a fresh foundation. So we have December, January, February, March, April, May. May, we have a wake-up call. Here's a wake-up call for you, Aquarius. May, you receive the Nine of Cups. I told you with this Tower card, something had to come to an end for something beautiful to begin. So when the Nine of Cups appears in the reading, that satisfaction, you're happy. You said, I had to go through all of this to get to this happy place. But you've wished for this, Aquarius. And this is a wish being fulfilled because here we are with the 18, the illusions. You have been thinking about a person, a situation, and it's coming to fruition. This is where you want to be. This is a wish being fulfilled, and luxury surrounds you. And luxury for you is happiness. Happiness, happiness, happiness. You want to be happy, but the Nine of Cups is success. You started off with success. Focus on your success because you will have it. No matter what, no matter what's going on, keep the focus on you, on your success, what you desire, because the universe hears you. Whomever you pray to, they hear what you're feeling. Yes, I said that. They hear what you're feeling. They hear what you're seeing. They feel what you're feeling. We have December, January, February, March, April, May, and in June, we have the Page of Cups. But this is nurture yourself because you're out of a toxic situation. You no longer have that anxiety. The Page of Cups, you're going to receive a romantic proposal of some sort. As I said, if you're single, listen, you could be meeting someone. And it's going to be okay. It's a new beginning. It's you building on a solid foundation. If you're in a relationship, listen, you can stay, you can go. But this person does want to, they do want to work it out with you. However, what the anxiety is here, the relationship is up and down. 1 minute there's happiness, next minute there's chaos. Happiness, chaos. And with the Tower coming, there's something crashing down. But with the Page of Cups, this person is going to come back with a romantic proposal. They may send you a message because you're in a new place by this time. You're doing new things with a new person or new people. This is an opportunity for you. And you understand that where you are at this particular time, the possibilities are endless. So you may not want to rewind and start over again. However, you do have an admirer, and the admirer could be where you left from. So we have December, January, February, March, April, May, June. Now we have July. In July, correct your mistakes. Spirit says, correct your mistakes in July. We have the magician. I love this, that you have the magician with correct your mistakes, because the magician has the power and they have the resources to manifest whatever it is that they desire. So you're thinking about a past situation that if you could have done it over or done it better, you would have. But we can't change what transpired, and all we could do is move forward. Spirit wants you to concentrate on your future and take action by using your power, your resources, and continue to manifest your success, because you're out of a situation and into a new one that's full of happiness and beautiful beginnings. So December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, we have August. In August 2026, here we are. Let go and enjoy. Once again, we can't control or change the past. The Three of Cups is being represented. The Three of Cups, with the Three of Cups being here, this is celebration, because now you feel comfortable. And you may reunite with this person, but you're not going back with this person. But you're celebrating with this new person, even though, like I said, both situations, you know them, but you're celebrating because you're like, this is my happiness. This is where I want to be. This is your happiness. This is where you want to be. With the Three of Cups, this is you celebrating with not just a couple of people, a few people. This is a reunion. This is your victory. This is your ultimate happiness. December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Here we are in September, Aquarius. We have reflect on your truth. Reflect on your truth. And we have the number 2, which is the High Priestess. So reflect on your truth. This is your intuition. You knew that this was going to happen. Things felt like a mystery to you, that you didn't know when something was going to happen, but you have that intuition. You trust yourself sometimes, your gut. You have that secret wisdom, that knowledge within yourself. So there's some secrets that are going to be coming out. There's some secrets that are going to be coming out. But the secrets are more so you sharing what transpired with you in another situation or circumstance. You're going to be speaking about it to someone that you trust. Something happened. You're going to be speaking up about it. You've hidden something, not knowing who you could trust, who you can tell, who you can speak to. And it affects you so much that oftentimes you dream about it. But with the High Priestess, listen, no more bad days. December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. We have October. In October, we have love yourself. It's okay to love yourself. Everything that you've been through, it's still okay to love yourself, because it's being represented by the number 13, which is Scorpio, the death card, right? Endings bring in beautiful beginnings. This is the rebirth of you, knowing that you're not going back to that traumatic situation. You're transforming. There's changes that are happening in your life. This is your new beginning. Yes, you feel like there was a loss, but to you is like not really a loss, but it is a loss, but you feel good where you're currently at. You don't want to go back, and you won't. You won't. December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Here we are in November. In November, Aquarius, we have take the lead. Take the lead. You have already spoken. You told your truth, because secrets, the things that you've kept hidden, you're speaking about it. The Three of Swords. The Three of Swords, you're taking the lead, and you're still discussing the heartbreak. You're still discussing the emotional pain, the betrayal between you and someone else. Someone hurt you, someone betrayed you, and you went through a lot of suffering, but the people that you're going to be around, they're going to love you. They're going to help you through this, or this person is going to help you through this conflict. I just experienced these things in November, and we not in contact, just with my gut feelings. I understand. But guess what? Use your power and strength, and you're going to overcome, Nikki. But let me tell you, this feels like a love triangle situation. And you know, love triangle, whether it be within a relationship or within a family dynamic, you get to make the decision. You get to say no more. I don't like feeling like this. And you will be safe. Safe to be happy. This is happiness. But you keep thinking that this may happen all over again. And it's not. December, we have January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. And now here we are back to December. December, strengthen your gifts. Strengthen your gifts. It's important to do so. And this is being represented by the Two of Wands. Listen, you're very intuitive. A lot of Aquarius are very intuitive. And they're smart enough to trust their gut. I told you at the beginning of the reading that Aquarius people are geniuses, and some of them are borderline genius. I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. And if you don't believe me, look it up. Look up what you represent, who you represent. But most importantly, you know who you are. With the Two of Wands, this is you taking the first step, because you finally feel like, even though you received this happiness, you feel like, I am free in December. You felt like, where I'm at, I've been here for a while, and I can be comfortable now. Listen, you always have two paths to take. You can go back or you can move forward. But this Aquarius is choosing to move forward. You always have decisions. You always have the power to rewrite your story. You are the author. But this is you planning. And you're moving full steam ahead. You know, within a new partnership. You have the power to stay. You have the power to go. And you are going in the new direction. You are not returning at all. Listen, you are not the type that allows the ego to rule you. You are very, very, very intuitive. Your power is your strength. Your power is your gut. Your power is your intuition. Use it wisely. Use it wisely, Aquarius. You have something that many don't have. Let me tell you, both of these cards are with the bottom of the deck. Go with the flow. You can enjoy the stability of where you're at. You can enjoy that. The Eight of Swords, go with the flow. This is letting you know that you can go with the flow. The Eight of Swords, that you don't ever have to go back here feeling stuck. not knowing which direction to go in. You never have to go back to this feeling of feeling trapped and isolated because you felt like you were. You know, there's an Aquarius here that was victimized, and in some way you were victimized, and with this brought out a lot of negative thoughts, not knowing if you were going to make it out of a situation. You have the right to stay, but you also have the right to go, and that's what people don't understand. Stay or go. It's your choice, but I see happiness. And with the happiness that's here, with the Tower card, I see an ending for new beginnings. I see the Nine of Cups. Listen, I see the Page of Cups. I see the Magician using your power to manifest what it is that you desire, because through it all, you have to focus on your success. And success, what is it for you? Success can mean many things for many different people. Their happiness. Happiness is success. Moving is success to some. In a new environment, a better environment, a safer environment. Having money is success to some people. But one thing about you, it's not hard for you to decide. Aquarius, very intelligent. A lot of people think that you live in a dream state, that you live in la la land. But what a lot of people don't understand is that you're not living in la la land. You actually see beyond. And most of you have that intuitive energy that you do use. You have the power to connect with future. And if you have the power to connect with future, learn how to use it wisely. Learn how to use it wisely. Every sign is different. Let me tell you, every sign is different. But one thing about it, two things for sure, you are the forward thinker. You are the one that we go to be our scientists, you know, to build our brighter days, you know, to make life easier. And you're welcome. And with that being said, yeah, we had a rough start here. There's a lot of hurt. There's a lot of pain, feeling abandoned. But guess what? You bounce back. And that's what a lot of people don't know, that you cannot hold an Aquarius down. They have that bounce back power, that bounce back energy, I tell you. But happiness, I see nothing but happiness in all these cards. And whomever hurt you, they don't have to be an enemy. But it doesn't mean you have to go back. It doesn't mean you have to go back at all. It doesn't mean that you have to go back. True story. But let me just say this to you. I'm going to do this right. I'm going to see how we're going to end this reading for the sign of Aquarius. I don't want to use the same deck that I did use. So earlier I had saw this deck and I'm going to use it. I haven't used this in quite some time as well. I haven't used this in quite some time. And you know I shuffle in threes. Those of you who follow me, and if you're new, I shuffle in threes. Ooh, cards are falling. All right. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for whomever needs to hear it. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. Spirit guides, how do you want to end this reading for Aquarius? Thank you so much. Aquarius, once again, let's establish this for you. Success, victory, success. You will have it. You will have that. That's a trophy. That means you win. And if this is about you meeting someone new, this will be a trophy partner, somebody that you could wear on your arm, someone that's attractive, someone that is just as intelligent as you are, but you're winning the jackpot. Let me just say that. You want to conquer life with happiness. That's all you want. You want to be happy, and you will have that victory, and you will be successful at doing so. We have at the bottom of the deck, yeah, there's going to be some delays, but some delays are worth it. But Spirit is saying not to procrastinate by using your energy, by using your power to keep willing whatever it is that you desire, bring it towards you. Bring it towards you. Now, there has been some timing issues with you having this victory, with you having this success, but you have to learn patience. And for some, patience may be hard because of the difficult situation that you've been through, but you have to use the power of your subconscious mind. Once again, it's the power of thought. If you can think it, you can bring it to you. And the first rule of thumb is you have the thought of what it is that you desire to have for yourself. That thought is there. With you having the thought, you have to have the mental picture. It's not just having the thought, but whatever it is that you desire, can you see it? And you possibly may have been seeing it through your dreams. Because here it stated that you were having dreams about the situation that you've been through, but you've also had dreams about what you desire to have. So now you've thought it. Can you see it in the mind's eye? And once you can visualize it in the mind's eye, as many details as possible about what it is that you desire, you bring it to fruition just like that. So meditate. I always speak about meditation up here. I have a video that I did some time ago, and you can look it up, but it was teaching you how to manifest, how to meditate. I have a video, and I told you guys about how I was able to obtain a mortgage to purchase a home with $5 in my bank account with poor credit. Yes, it was years ago. But guess what? I did that thing because I believed, and I did receive. At the bottom of the deck, Aquarius, we have the T. Now, there's going to be or has been some gossip about your situation, because when you see the T in any deck, that's what it is. It's rumors about your trials and tribulations, things that you've been through. But guess what? You know what? Miserable people gossip. Miserable people spread rumors. And the T is the hell with them. People are always going to talk, I promise you. They're always going to try to tell you about you. And all you have to say is, I didn't know that about myself. I didn't know that about myself. But there's always going to be a petty, can I say, bitch? And I mean that male or female. There's always going to be a petty bitch that always wants to spread rumors or gossip because they are miserable. But don't get caught up in that, because you don't want to be their company. Misery loves company. You don't have to go back and forth with anyone. I promise you. I never argue. I don't argue with anybody. I don't argue. I just smile, because you never know what's going to happen next. But I do. I just smile, and I let people say whatever. Let me tell you, I let people do whatever. Let them talk about whatever. Because to be able to say something about me, you will have to be a part of my world. And I don't break bread with many people at all. I don't break bread with many people at all. I don't do that. Um, a lot of people think that live in La La Land. Right. I definitely don't go back and forth. I don't. I don't argue with anyone. Anyone that knows me, they'll tell you she never argues. I don't argue. I don't argue. My husband always tell me, you give people passes. I be like, I take care of it on the other side. It's not that I'm giving people a pass. Trust me, you'll always see something in their world that starts to disrupt. I just don't argue about it and I don't speak about it. You have to allow things to flow. And then you always hear something about so-and-so, something happened to them. I'm just saying. I don't argue. I just give it over to who I need to give it to. And I ask them to deal with it for me. But I don't indulge in arguing. It's a waste of time and it's a waste of energy. I had a lady, I recently was invited on a little podcast up here. And with me being on the podcast, it was interesting because one particular podcast, we spoke about people's beliefs, whether it be spirituality or religion. And the one thing that I never do, I never get into debates about what the next person believes. But I am always a person that has to have lived it to be able to speak about it. So I can't speak about things that I read out of a book because that's an author's view of it. So I'm never going to discuss those things with you, but I am always going to discuss things that I know about, that I have firsthand encounters with. Then with that podcast, then I got on another because it was interesting what another person was saying. Then I guess a few people started following each other, and I really don't jump in to follow people in that manner because I don't have friends, and I'm going to be honest, and I have a lot of family that follows me, but I don't have friends. And a friend, let me explain that. A friend is someone that if I needed a kidney or a liver, that you won't have to think about it twice. That's a friend of mine. So who would do that for me if I actually needed something to save my life? It would be my husband. It would be one of my children. And I'm not going to say which one it is, but I'm a mother of 5, and I know only 2 of them would say yes to me if I needed a life-saving operation. So when we are on these forums, I don't want people to think that we cool like that because we did a podcast together. My family, we come from a family of root workers. And so there are different people that we don't deal with. And there are people that don't deal with us. And everybody does their own thing at their own timing of how they do things. But I was asked by someone if I would if I could give them information about a particular root worker. And I'm never going to do that because that doesn't make sense. Excuse me, on my end, the camera is frozen. So being that the lady is up here, I want to give her a first-hand encounter that some of y'all do this getting into it for play. But for me and my family line is generational. So there's a lot of people that we don't deal with, and there's a lot of people who they don't deal with us. So there is a separation when it comes to this world. We don't work together. So when I didn't give you a person's information, it wasn't out of disrespect. It was out of respect for my family, my bloodline. And so I'm never going to pass someone information to a person that my family doesn't fuck with. And I'm loyal to my family. I'm not loyal to anyone else. I'm not loyal to anyone but my family. And that's real talk. This is generational for us. And so when a person wants to find someone, you have to find them on your own. You do. My aunt is still a person whose names ring bells. From the state of North Carolina, one of the world's greatest and most powerful root workers. And many people found her on their own. Back in those days, she wasn't on a billboard. There was no computer. There was no internet. It was always by word of mouth. And with it being, and you live in Rocky Mount, well, my family, we from deep down in the country. we come from the Clinton area. You know, that's Lumbee territory. You understand what I'm saying? So we come from that way. But Raleigh, I have family all over North Carolina. I like Raleigh. I like Raleigh a lot. I used to go up there and eat a lot. But my family comes from Clinton. And Clinton, we still have tribal land, which recently when I was in North Carolina, I took you on my family's land. I showed you guys the outhouses that some still have. Not that we used them, but they're still there. You know what I mean? I showed you the homes that my family built with their hands. You know, and I showed you guys of how some of my family members have cemeteries in the front of their house, and that's for reasons, you know. So the government can't come take your land. The government can't come take your land. But why would I give someone information about another person? I'm a root worker too. And if you ain't asking for me, I'm not sharing another person that my family doesn't deal with. I'm loyal. Even though my aunt has passed away, I'm loyal. I'm loyal to my family, to my bloodline. And I still have an aunt that's a root worker, and she is still fresh. And I took you guys and I introduced you to her. And know what my aunt would say? Send them to where they need to be. But I introduced you guys to my aunt, 99 years old, and she can still see. And, you know, she dropped a lot of jewels on me. And we did an exchange of energy, which I was grateful. I wasn't the number one person that she exchanged energy with. I was number 2, but it didn't matter because I could have not gotten any at all. So I never been number 2 in my life for anything, but I was number 2. And the person that was number 1, they were deserving. They were deserving. So, and that's how she felt. You know what I mean? But I got all the kisses, you know what I mean? But you guys got to meet my family. I took you to one of our funerals. I let you see, you know, not all of it, but just little parts of it because, you know, that's not for camera, you know what I mean? But I was just showing you guys my family cemetery. But I'm loyal to my family. I'm not loyal to anyone else. And there are root workers who don't fuck with each other because we don't do the same thing. My aunt and what I do, we remove things from people. There's a lot of people that don't have a great understanding, so they call her a witch. They call her a harlot. But she's never caused harm to anyone. She returned to sender. So if you try to put something on someone, the broken came to her, the sick came to her, and she restored them. Same thing. We don't do that. We don't do that. We don't do that. You could never book a reading with me. You can never pay me. You can never pay me. And I've said this before. You could never pay me enough money to take away another person's free will. Some people, you can pay them whatever and they will do it. I don't work like that. You can't have someone that's in a relationship and you ask me to put roots on them to break them up just so you can have them. That's not me. You got to go to somebody else who has no boundaries. I have this thing that I have morals, and I know about gifts being taken, because as they are given, they can be taken away, and there's no one that's worth me losing my gifts for. They can be taken away and given to someone else in my family. And I don't work like that. Now, there are some people who do work like that, and those people have karma to pay for. I'm not going to allow anybody in my family to pay karma just because you give me a couple of dollars to go break up Sarah and Bob and Bill and Brenda. I'm not doing that. I don't do that. So if you thought that's what this was, you got to go look for somebody else. I don't do that. It's called free will. Everyone has free will. Everybody has to understand free will. If a person wants to be with you, they will. You do not have the right to make them want to be with you. Like y'all dusties be putting period blood in people's food, you nasty asses. You're going to pay for that. And then when that person want to curse you out and then they can't control themselves and then they want to fight you and put their hands on you, you caused that shit. You caused it. I don't do that. Not over here. But that man can come to me and I will help him get you off of him. You have no right to take away someone's free will. And I am all about free will. Definitely not worth it. It's always backfires anyway. Absolutely. A lot of males and females, they get unalive just like that. A lot of stories you hear, this person snapped or this person beat the crap out of somebody and they're in the hospital. That's because when you play with fire, you get burnt. You get what you get because you play with fire. We don't do that over here. There are some root workers who will do that. They will take away somebody's free will. My family, we don't do that. Nobody, we don't do that. But you come to us and we are that resource to remove whatever's ailing you. Whatever the situation is, we remove that. But then you have some people that will put it on you for the right price. And we never did that over here. And so there are root workers who don't like each other because we don't respect what a person does. There are some root workers that will snatch your soul. You better know what you're doing when you go to one because you think that they're popular. There are some root workers that you can pay them, and while you're sitting there with them, they'll be taking parts of you. Let me tell you, I could tell you. There are so many. But when it comes to me and my clan, I'm loyal to my family. And there are root workers that have bad blood with each other. And we have bad blood with a lot. There was a lot of jealousy when it came to my family because we were the helpmates. We don't believe in taking anybody's free will. And I won't do it today. I know how, but I will not ever. But there are some people that will. And when a person does that, there's somebody that has to pay for it. And it may not be the root worker. It could be somebody in their family. And I'm never going to make anybody in my family pay a price for something that I did. And the one thing that I believe in is free will. Free will. We all are free, energetically free. We have the right to be free. Nobody has the right to take another person's energy from them to make them want to be with you. I think that's tacky. That's a person with low self-esteem that has no confidence in his or herself. Yes, men do it too. Men will put roots on women and women will put roots on men, but those are people who lack. They lack. L-A-C-K. They lack. You can't make anybody want to be with you. You can't make somebody stay, and you can't make somebody go. But when y'all do all that stupid stuff, let me tell you, it'll hurt you. These young girls and even older women, they do put their menstruation blood in their person's food, whether it be a woman if they're messing with a woman, or a male. There are men who do vice versa. They put roots on women. But nobody has the right to. That's a person who lacks confidence within their self, because if a person loves you, they love you. If they don't want to be with you, you shouldn't make them stay. You shouldn't even feel good about making them stay, because they don't love you for real. They only like you. Listen, let me tell you something. When you put roots on somebody, they don't even like you like that. They don't even understand why they want to leave you mentally, but can't. They don't understand why they're stuck. And so with them being stuck, guess what? They're frustrated. They start spanking your ass. And some of them end up unaliving you. Oh, you thought it was funny, right? You thought it was funny. And the one thing that y'all don't know, there are ways to remove that shit. But I'm so glad that people watch videos like this, and men know you can't eat and drink from everybody. I have 3 sons, and my sons are never hungry enough to eat from anybody like that. Thank goodness we raised my children up in this. They know how to cook. They know how to cook. They know how to cook. And when they ready to go, they should be able to go. Nobody has the right to do that, but there are low self-esteem people that do this, and it's whack, it's corny. I don't respect it. I don't respect anybody taking away another person's free will. I don't believe in anybody harming an innocent. Just because your ego wants them to be with you. You don't have a right. If they don't want to be with you, they have the right to walk away. You can't make somebody stay. If a person is married, I'm married. If my husband wanted to walk away at any time, I can't say, don't leave me, please. I go. If I want to leave, he'll tell me the same damn thing. We are married, but we're not handcuffs. You don't own anyone. You don't own anyone. You don't own anyone. That's why there are doors when you put this shit on people that it can be removed. And then you're going to have to pay the deepest penalty for it. When you pay someone to hurt someone, you always have to pay for it. You think you're just going to hand somebody some money and that's okay? And you think you're going to walk away? Oh, I gave my money to this root person. They're going to do a job for me. And you think you don't have to pay? You have to pay. You have to pay. Do you think that root worker is going to pay for you? Oh, no. Anytime you exchange that money, you have to pay. So if somebody didn't inform you, and if somebody does a job for you, oh, you have to pay. And let me tell you, you may have to watch somebody that you love be hurt, be sick, be unalive because of your being stupid. And that's the truth. So there are a lot of people who pretend to do root work. You're safe. There's a lot of people fake to be practitioners. So when you pay them, you're safe. They have nothing to pay for. You have nothing to pay for because they're fake. But for a real one, when you encounter and you pay them, guess what happens? You have to pay that penalty. The exchange of money is beautiful because money is energy. Nobody does this shit for free. We don't. Because when you exchange the money, that's open consent. You're saying yes. You're saying yes. Once you exchange money, you say yes. You say yes, that I will pay the consequences. And a lot of practitioners will never tell you that you have to pay the consequences. I had a female, and she told me that she wanted her person back. And we were texting each other. And I said, will you do anything to get your person back? And she said, yes, I'll do anything. I said, will you pay anything? Yes, whatever it takes. I said, call me. She called me. I said, so you're telling me that you're willing to pay me anything if I help you get your person back? She said, yes. That's how much I love him. I said, okay. But do you know what you have to pay? And she said, no, nobody ever told me. I said, you got a child, right? So by you taking away somebody's free will, you can cause harm to someone you love. I said, and I see you love your child. She said, yes. I said, you willing for that child to be taken away from you, to be hurt? Anything can happen. She was like, absolutely not. She said, I didn't know this. Nobody ever told me this before. But let me be the one to tell you, when you pay to harm someone who has not harmed you, when you pay someone to make someone love you and they really don't, and you want to take away their free will, you have to pay for it. And you may be paid to watch someone you love be hurt. Someone you love to be unalive because you were so petty to have this person, or to do someone wrong because your ego was stroked. That's life. So if you run across a fake one, be lucky. Count your blessings. But when you run across a real one and somebody will do it for you, I send to you my condolences in advance. Because you don't know how the universe is going to double that shit back on you. But you don't have the right to take away someone's free will, ever. You can't make someone love you. Because even when you put roots on someone to make them love you, they really don't. They don't even know why in the fuck they with you. Then they start having anger issues, mental problems, because they want to leave, but you put a spell on them and they can't leave, and they don't understand why they're even fucking with you. So they don't love you. They just don't understand why they can't leave. Then they get so mentally frustrated. Then they start spanking on your ass. And once they start spanking on your ass, it gets deeper. Because then they'll be attending your funeral. And if they get caught, they'll be in jail. And that's what happens. When you play with fire, you end up getting burnt. Now, if somebody did something to you, you have the right to come see somebody like me for help. So we can remove that shit and return it to sender. When you return it to sender, you have no karma to pay for it at all. You don't. You have no karma to pay. You know why? Because someone did something to you. And you have the power to return it back to them. Guess what? This lady, she changed her mind. She thanked me for telling her what the repercussions were going to be. And a lot of people won't tell you because they're all about that money. They're all about that money. And there's a lot of people who are up here who are fake. And you just giving them your money, giving them your money. And then there's some real ones. And the real ones, even though they're real, they won't even tell you you have karma to pay. Because there are some real ones with no morals. They'll never tell you that you have to pay the consequences for your actions. You think the root worker is going to pay those consequences by themselves? Absolutely not. They're not paying. They don't know you. You're not their friend. You're not their family. They're not paying no consequences for you at all. But I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. Thank you for the new follows. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for your time. Be safe out here playing with all of this voodoo, hoodoo. Be careful with your welcome rally. Be careful with whom you go to see, who you give $1 to because you want them to harm Jack or Bill or Bob. Is that fair? Because Jack, Bill, or Bob don't want to be with you. And men do it too. Men go to root workers too, just as much as women, let me tell you. And just because Sarah, Marie, and Mary doesn't want you, you have no right to hurt another person. A person has the right to always be with who they want to be with. And if you have to get a person with roots, look at yourself in the mirror. You a trash bag. You're garbage. You the ain't shit person. I'm serious. I may be smiling, but I'm laughing at you because you have low self-esteem. You should never force or want to make someone be with you if they don't want to. That's why we call and we have free will. Everybody holler, they want to be free. Everybody want to be free until it's time not to be free when you want to take somebody's free will away. Make that make sense. Everybody wants fairness in this world. Nobody wants to be disrespected because of their color of their skin or their nationality. Nobody wants to be taken away and sent back to their countries. Everybody wants to have freedoms. But when you pay someone to take another person's freedom away, imagine that. Make that shit make sense. It doesn't. But I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. I'll send to you all nothing but love and light. Good night. And thank you so much for the new followers, Aquarius. Y'all had a beautiful read and things turned around for you. Success. Keep your mind on success in every area of your life. Keep your mind on success. Keep your mind on success. Always. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the new follows. And if you took anything, understand a person's freedom means everything to them. Good night to all. Thank you. Thank you to my daughter who watched everything in the background for me, the messages that I may have missed. Lucky Y, you are so welcome. Good night. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to everyone. Good night.